Man, it's been a crazy couple of days. I got into Waterbury the other day, a couple days ago, and ended up staying at the Best Western, as I think I'd mentioned on previous episode. Well, yesterday when I woke up, felt really sick, like I was getting flu or something like that. So I was kind of thought maybe it was the end of the road for me, and so late in the day I decided to just pack it in. I was sitting at a Greyhound station ready to leave, head back to Florida, and I knew that it was going to be a miserable 40-hour trip back to Florida if I got on that bus, and so decided to give it one more shot. Woke up this morning, felt a lot better. Connected with a wonderful person on the Long Trail Hikers group on Facebook, Rebecca, and she offered to give me a ride to the trail this morning. So here we are. It's about 7:30 a.m. Can't remember exactly what day it is, but we'll get all that squared away here soon. And back headed north, going up Bolton Mountain, I believe, this morning. Weather should be decent today, but it's supposed to be pretty rough tomorrow. So the plan today is to get as close to the base of Mansfield as possible, so that hopefully tomorrow we can catch a window and get up and over Mansfield. I feel like we're in pretty good shape if I can get that done tomorrow. So anyway, well, we're gonna get this thing going, and I'll be checking in here shortly. All right, so about 6.5 miles in. I haven't really filmed much today. I can barely hold the camera up right now. I just feel weak. So give me a second here. So not filming because I'm not filming because it's a bad day. It's just I haven't even cared to take the phone out. I don't know what's wrong with my body. Just can't ascend at all. It's just no strength in my legs. It's just crazy, man. It's frustrating as hell. So the goal here is just make it to Puffer Shelter. That'll give me about 10 for the day, which all things considering will be a major win, I guess. Problem is there's not much water there. The other problem is I hope to get there before the rain. And then the third problem is that tomorrow is supposed to be really rough. And I don't know that I, in this condition, should be climbing Mansfield on a rainy, thunderstorm filled day. So I don't know what the story is, but hopefully if I get into Puffer, lay down, get some rest, hopefully things will start getting a little better. I don't know. But it has been a rough 6 miles, I'll tell you that. I took about 2 hour and a half, 2 hour break there at the last shelter lodge. I can't remember what it was, and that was 0.3 off the trail, which kind of sucked in its own right. Added a, well, it said 0.3, it was more like 0.5 if you ask me, but added almost a mile to the day, which not a good day for that. But anyhow, all right, I'm gonna keep going. Again, probably not gonna film a whole lot today just because I just don't want to. But anyway, wanted to give you at least give you guys an update, and I apologize for not giving you more today, but we'll do what we can do. Alrighty, bye. All right, so we're pretty much at the summit of Bolton Mountain. Should not have been my toughest day on trail yet, but it certainly was. Sorry about that, son. To make matters worse, I've been getting contradicting reports about water availability at Puffer Shelter, so I'm carrying an extra 1.5 liters up this last little push. So got about a half mile to the shelter, and I hope it's not full. All right, we'll check in later. All right, so as I mentioned yesterday, I just wasn't in the mood to film much yesterday. You know, it's like yesterday morning. I feel pretty good this morning, but we'll just have to wait and see how the legs feel. Just an incredible amount of weakness yesterday in my legs. I got a good comment from on Facebook from I think it's Terry Michael Coyle. I think his trail name is Seven. He runs a hiker trash network on YouTube. He mentioned that he's had similar issues with chills and weakness in the legs, and he attributes it to a lack of electrolytes. So I tried to juice up a little electrolyte replacement last night, and this morning I don't have much with me, but I did what I could. And man, as soon as I get to the road, I'm gonna try to get some Gatorade and stuff like that. I was thinking that yesterday that may be one of the possible causes. I probably haven't been keeping up with that as well as I should. So anyway, stayed here last night at the Puffer shelter with about 5 or 6 others. Great shelter. I'll give you a look around here in a second. I'll flip the phone around. Today the plan is to get to, not sure what the weather's going to do. It would ordinarily be a day up and over Mansfield, but given the situation with my body and the potential weather, right now the goal is to get to Taylor, which is 3.5 miles up. Then I'll hit the next lodge, which is about halfway up Mansfield, and then we'll just kind of piecemeal it like that. And I'm not going to do anything crazy and get hurt up on Mansfield. So if it takes me an extra day to get over Mansfield, well, that'll just be what I have to deal with. But we'll just play that by ear as it goes on today. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for right now. I'm going to flip the camera around, show you Puffer Shelter. Great little shelter here with a fantastic view. All right, so pretty typical shelter here for the long trail, kind of a basic lean-to. It's nice because it's a little bit deeper than a lot of shelters, so it gives you about 2 or 3 feet of room beyond your sleeping pad, which I thought was pretty cool, particularly if it would have rained, I guess, but it didn't, so that was good. Not a lot of tenting here. There was one girl who set up a tent right there, and I think that was kind of stretching it. She was a bit on a slope. Nice privy here. Water's running great, which we had heard for the last several days. All the word on the trail was Puffer had no water, but with the rain over during this week, I think that's changed things a little bit. But this is the view. Last night when we came in, or yesterday afternoon when I came in, there was no fog, and you can clearly see, which is hidden by the fog now, but you could clearly see the summit of Mansfield right out in that direction, which was awesome. But again, this morning, well, this is actually clearing up a little bit. This morning it was really just dense fog right all the way up here into the drop-off. So anyway, that's Puffer Shelter. I had one viewer on YouTube ask to see more of the shelters here in the north, so I'm going to try to make an effort to do that. Taylor Lodge, as I said, is about 3.5 miles up. That's where we're headed right now. We'll see you on the way. All right, well, we made it to Taylor Lodge, about 3.6 miles from Puffer. Downhill most of the way. Got pretty beat up. You can see I took a pretty bad fall. Got a nice gash there, and there's a little one on the back of the arm, but try to doctor that up a little bit here. Legs don't really feel better climbing. Most of it was downhill, but on the few little ups that we had to go, legs don't feel great. They feel better at the beginning, so I'm thinking maybe taking those electrolytes helps. So I'm going to down some more right now, get a good snack, rest for a little bit, and then take a look at the weather. Looks like the weather might start to turn bad soon, so we'll just see what's going to go on here. Not sure. Check in again soon. All right, guys, so we got a couple rough days, as I've been mentioning, the last couple days, but I feel a little better today, trying to keep the pace down a little bit, going a little bit slower. Good news today, hit the 200 mile mark, so 72 miles to go, so we'll try to limp through to the end here, to the Canadian border. All right, I'll check in once we get up to, get to this next lodge. We're going to stay there for the night, call it about 7 mile day. All right, we're out. All right, so it's Thursday morning, and stayed up here at Butler Lodge, right below the summit of Mansfield. Gonna tackle that this morning, despite the weather. Man, it's not ideal conditions, as you can see behind me. right there, that should be a view of Lake Champlain and the Adirondacks. Instead, it's kind of a wall of clouds and mist. But a great experience here last night. We had a couple great caretakers staying here with us. Hiked up with a few guys yesterday, and it was just the 4 of us here last night. So give you a quick look at what the inside of Butler looks like. There's a pretty nice privy and a good water source right behind. Again, one of those water sources that has been less than dependable as of late, but with the rain the last few days, it's got a pretty good source back there. So here we go. I'm going to show you around, and then we're going to get this day started. All right, so it's a fully enclosed. This is one of the ones that there's a $5 fee for. Great view. Not this morning, but a great view last night. Let's see.
I like the idea of losing weight, but it's like my pants right now. My frame, I have to adjust my frame now.
You know what? Adjust the frame.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
Of course.
That's when I started losing weight, and I gotta get all my clothes getting
All right, that's Butler Lodge.
Yeah.
All right, well, almost to the forehead on Mansfield. This is kind of what it's looked like here for the last little bit. It's about the lightest the rain has been since leaving Butler Lodge. But it's kind of added a little bit to the excitement. There were some sketchy reports and scrambles down below. I didn't get any of those on film, but this is our view today.
No, it's the same position.
So we'll check in when we get to the top. The camera's been a little sketchy, so I'm hoping it holds out here in this damp weather. We'll just see. I'll do as much as I can. See you in a bit. All right, well, sketchy weather today up on the forehead. We're at 3,900 feet. We still got to go a little bit to get to the absolute summit, which will be the chin. But we're pretty much up on the ridge now. Got to think most of the hard climbing out of the way. We'll have a pretty good and steep descent for a little bit when we come off the chin. But as you can see, this is the situation today up on Mansfield. But we're going to get past it today and get ready to move on. Can't really see very well. All right, so this has pretty much been the story since we got to the forehead. We've been up on this ridge, and of course views haven't changed. Fortunately, the wind's not very high, blowing very hard in the just light breeze, and the rain has dropped back quite a bit too, so it's just a really light sprinkle right now. But we're making our way over to the chin. It should be which is the summit, the true summit of Mansfield, at above 4,000 feet. And then start making our way down. And it's been pretty interesting today up here. So surprisingly, there are still some day hikers up. Not many. I'm sure not many at all compared to what it would normally be. But anyway, got a bit of a rock scramble here in front of me, as you can see. So I'm going to shut this off, and we'll catch you again in a few. So as you can see, as we make the last push to the summit, very low visibility in front of us. Kind of just following these white blazes up towards the top of this thing and the top of Vermont. So got about 0.3 worth of hiking to get there. We'll check in again soon. All right, we're top of Vermont, summit of Mount Mansfield. View hasn't changed all day. We're at 43.89, we said, right? High point on the long trail and high point in Vermont. So we'll be heading down here after hanging out a little bit. Not much to see, so we'll be out for now. All right, this is kind of a cool section when you come off of Mansfield at Smuggler's Notch. Got this little boardwalk. Cuts through a beaver pond and runoff and stuff like that. Just took a bad spill in the mud, so I'm going to try to find a place to get cleaned up. Little history of the notch. All right, well, got about 4 miles to Sterling Pond shelter. Hopefully there'll be room in the shelter tonight. It's supposed to be some rain during the afternoon tomorrow, so I'm gonna hopefully get an early start and get some miles in before the rain hits. And you can see these beaver dams in there. Pretty cool. All right.
Looking than I would have thought. Mason, how'd you get down there? Oh, it does? Break. Hey, buddy.
A lot of moose die because they get some little like ticks on them.
Really?
Yeah, and like they're taking up their blood.
No way.
Yeah.